Hello, Joy family. Welcome to the Joyful House. So glad to have you here today. We are going to do our first update on the Making in May project that I told you about. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and remind you a little bit about Making in May and how this came about and what project I'm doing and what the update is. Okay, first off, hashtag Making in May. Hope you will consider joining us. This was created by Ambi with Ambi Crafts, and I was very honored and excited that she asked me to participate in this with her. And we did a live about a week ago, kind of just sharing with folks what this was and what it was about. And it is literally just working on things in the month of May, things that get you excited, things that maybe you want to make for charity, or things that you've been wanting to make for yourself and just haven't had the time to do it. This is the month to do those things in. And if you need a little bit of inspiration, she came up with words for every day to help inspire you. And I do have those listed in the description box below, as well as a link to her intro video and to Miss Teri's intro video and to my intro video as well. Going forward with the intro and this live, and then the next videos with all the updates, I will be putting those in their very own hashtag Making in May playlist that you can find on my channel. And actually, I don't think it says hashtag Making in May. I think the playlist is just Making in May. But anytime you show any pictures of the things that you've made this month, if you will, on your social media, be sure and put hashtag Making in May so it will all tie back. And then Ambi is going to put a video together at the end of the month and show it to us in the beginning of next month of everyone's makes that they did in the month of May. So if you do make something, please be sure and check in my description box where you can send those pictures so your pictures can get in on that showcase as well. All right. I had decided to work on a project from this book. It's called Amigurumi Loveys and Blankets. It's 16 adorable animal projects to crochet and snuggle. And the author of this book is Ariana Wimsett. And that's her name right there at the bottom. There we go. Really, really cute book. It has a lot of adorable little patterns in there. And the one that I have chosen to currently make, and I do plan on putting it away for a future grandbaby. And this is it here. It is this woodland bear baby blanket. So this is what I am currently working on. And that is so cute and adorable. And my hopes is to get it done in this month before the month is over, because I also would like to make the teddy bear lovey to go along with it. But my main goal is to get the blanket done. So that is what I am currently working on. And at the moment, I'm working on the blanket. So here, let me just show you again. This shows you the blanket folded and placed over the edge of a crib or a chair. But let me show you what it looks like when it is spread out on a flat surface in the crib or on the floor so baby can lay on it, play on it. But this is what it looks like. So as you can see, there's plenty of room for baby to lay, but also with the head and legs and the tail sticking up, it gives a little bit of a 3D play toy built into the blanket for baby. So I'm very, very excited about that. And the last time we were together, I believe I completely had one solid panel of rows done, and I think I had like 3 rows of the next panel of rows done. We're supposed to do 11 rows of the panels. The panels contain 6 rows in height, 14 stitches per block that you see in that pattern. And this is what it looks like before you add everything on. And that is what I'm currently working on now. I do tend to be a little bit of a tight crocheter. I am learning with this project, so I'm glad that I'm improving upon my skill set, but I'm learning to crochet a little bit looser. That's always been very hard for me. I don't like when the work is kind of sloppy. And so I have a tendency that after I pull up a loop and I pull through, that I pull that working yarn and pull it tight between each movement. And I'm learning not to do that. And I'm seeing a difference already in the blanket in learning how to make that adaptation. And hopefully that will carry over to all of my projects going forward. Now, because I am working with 3 colors, 2 at a time, I do have it on my little yarn holder. So you can see I've got the balls over here, and you can definitely tell from the way they're currently sitting on here that these are my 2 main colors, and this is more of like an accent color because these balls are already almost gone, and there's still quite a bit of this one. These are still the very first skeins. I have not used any other skeins, so these are still the very first one. I imagine I will have to use a lot more of these 2 colors, but I have plenty of skeins to make this project, so I am in no worry of that. But that's how I have it, so that it makes it easier to work with more than 1 yarn at a time or 1 color at a time. All right, so this is what I currently have done. And I did get a good bit done since we were last together. Like I said, I had 1 full row of these panels right here completed and half of this done. And so I've been able to finish the other half of this one. And I've got a whole nother row or panel row. We'll call it panel row because, again, there's 6 rows that create these panels. And then I've got 1, 2, 3. I've almost finished 3 rows of the next panel. As you can see over here, I'm almost finished that 3rd row, but this is working up nicely. And as I was sharing, let me see the best way to do this. So this is where I first started. And maybe or maybe you won't be able to tell. Let me do it this way. This will be easier. That way I can hold it better and show you. So this is where I started. And you can see these rows are a lot tighter, but as you can see going up, I'm getting looser with it. And so even though it's not changing the full effect of the blanket, it definitely, excuse me, is giving me more length in it. So hopefully as I continue to learn how to make those stitches a little bit lighter, or excuse me, looser, it will help improve the quality of the, the height of my blanket. So maybe I will get by with only having to do 11 panel rows as the pattern calls for. But if not, I'll just make a couple more until it is definitely the length, or excuse me, the height that I want it. I am satisfied with the length because, of course, at the end, they do ask us to put a border on there. The border is nothing more than a single crochet all around, but I do plan on giving mine a little bit of a thicker border just because that's my preference. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do at this moment. I'm thinking that I'm just going to use the 3 colors and make the single crochet border using the 3 colors. But what I may do is the color I start with, also end with. So there'll be 4 rounds of single crochets as the border, but we'll see as I go. I may get the first, round of single crochets done as the border and be like completely happy and satisfied with that. So we'll see. That's what makes this adventure so fun. And I hope you will continue to join me for this journey as I work on my Making in May project. And then should I also get all of this done, then I will use some of the words that are left for the rest of the month as maybe some inspirations to do some smaller projects. But right now, this blanket is my only goal. Well, I do appreciate you dropping by the Joyful House for a few moments and joining me in the progress on my Making in May project. And I hope that you have enjoyed this. If so, please be sure and leave a joy thumb. I would greatly appreciate that. And maybe a comment on what you think about the blanket or any suggestions you have. Maybe you have a recommendation for the border itself. So let me know. And also, let me know if you're planning on making something and sending us your pictures. All right. Well, that kind of wraps it up. That's all I have to share for today. I can't wait to come back and show you more progress on the bear blanket. But until then, my friends, be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, make your own joyful creations, and be the joy in everything you do. Nugs and joy. Mwah. Thank you, and God bless everyone. Bye.